Go. Do. Damn. Let's get right into it. Oh, I got that light. Look there. There we go. Good evening, Negroes. Good evening, Caucasians. Good evening, Asians. Good evening. Everybody, welcome to the dribble, man. What's happening? Get things in order here. I got a couple of books I'm gonna review. Shout out to the king of content, James Craze Billings. I see you over there proving your point with this king of content thing over there in Africa. And keep up the good work, man. I'm trying to get on that level, for real. Anyway, shout out to Bawldini, my sponsor. I gotta take this low off. Let my sponsor get some airtime and shit. Bawldini out of Jersey. Matter of fact, since I'm taking the low off, let me readjust. Boom. Knittage. Hey, yo. Yeah, they released Ralo today. Ralo's out of federal prison, 6 years. Just like that. And he's back out. He said Knicks or the Spurs tonight. Man, it's a doubleheader on here on the NBA tonight. I'm trying to come in here and boogie with y'all so I can. But yeah, shout out to Bawldini. It's my sponsor and shit. You know, he keep me laced. I'm gonna leave his information in the description. Bawldini, New Jersey. He said that title messy. No, it ain't. He really, he's home. And he said it. It's on his channel. And his homeboy's on his channel. And he said he made it juicy for him. He did. He said, can dreadheads wear PA knits? Of course. My favorite channel. I'm glad I caught a live. I know you were going to talk about Ralo getting out after making it juicy for him. You know I had to make it juicy for him. Guys with money, people seem to look the other way. But he admitted to making it juicy for him. He admitted to it. He said it. We listened to it. So I don't know how people are going to re-embrace him, you know, at this point. But, yeah, Ralo is home. And I'm going to go back to Ralo. I want to talk about D1 and Rose. He said, niggas on his IG glazing crazy. Yeah, and he made it juicy for him. Let me talk about D1 for a minute. D1 is an MC out of New Orleans. I've been hip to him for some time now. He's been around a long time. He made some comments that people, if the shoe fits, wear the motherfucker. That's it. If the shoe fits, wear it. He made some compliments about some comments, about some people and the music that they putting out. He said D1 is a cornball. You could learn something from D1. You got D1 fucked up. D1 is a fucking school teacher, man. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Let's get back to this. And I didn't appreciate the way people tried to pull the money card on D1. Like his itinerary and the shit that he on didn't make any sense. When it did make sense, it made a lot of sense. I've been listening to Kobe and Shaq. I like that joint. I like when Rick Ross and Meek Mill is together doing music. I like their music. I've always liked them together. When they got back together, I'm like, yeah. Because I like their music. I like Maybach music. But I was listening to the song Kobe and Shaq, and it's dope. And I was trying to make a reel or a Snapchat video. And I was trying to use Kobe and Shaq as, you know, as my ambience, as my, you know, my little tune and shit, right? I couldn't find no place in this song where I fit. And I like the song, but I just couldn't find anything that would describe me with my reel or my chat. Nothing that he was saying was representing me. I'm like, oh, I don't get niggas killed. I ain't with that. I ain't with none of this shit that he's saying. I mean, it sounds slick the way he's saying it. It sounds slick in the delivery. He's back. Meek Mill. You know how he yell and shit. We like that shit. But none of the shit that he was on, I'm not with it. I ain't with it. I'm not with it, man. I ain't with none of the shit that he was on. And I believe D1 was trying to point that out. He made a great point. He said, homeboy, You told us, you came back out here like you were representing prison reform, but you making songs talking about putting hits on motherfuckers and shit like that. That shit's old. That shit got old really, really quick. And nah, I couldn't find no part of the song that that applied to me or was consistent with who I am today and shit. I was just like, and it kind of made me look at Meek Mill. It kind of made me look at him and say to myself, my nigga, everybody seems to have grown as an artist. Everybody seems to have grown. And you still using the same formula from Dream Chasers 1, from Dreams, what was it called? Dreams Worth More Than Nightmares or some shit. He using the same ingredients. Now, don't get it fucked up, right? I wouldn't ever want Ghostface to change his ingredients, his composition. I would never want Raekwon to change. I have a problem with Nas going through his shit when he decides that he wants to rap off violins and all this other shit. I would want them to keep it, you know, but people have to grow and they change, and their sounds and their music probably will change as they go through different life experiences and shit like that. I heard Benny the Butcher say that, like, in order to make a good album, you gotta live. I had to live more. And that's what you put into the album. I highly doubt Meek Mill got any ops and shit like that. He shouldn't be doing that. He shouldn't be putting out that type of music. I'm pretty sure he could put out something that's dope. He can rap. But the music, man, about putting hits on niggas and shit like that, that shit got to cease. We ain't with that shit. You shouldn't be speaking that all off into the cipher like that. He shouldn't. He said Meek went to jail for bikes. I was gonna get to that. You are creating a environment that you don't even live. Like, when you was in the streets, you wasn't no gun buster. You wasn't busting nobody's head or nothing like that. You was doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? So to just D1 was 100% correct. Niggas need to grow up. Ask yourself, do you want that? That's pollution. Do you want that off into the cipher and shit? Because what happens is, just as sure as Sexy Red and them creating little whores and shit, they creating whores. Meek Mill is creating drive-by shooters and niggas just gonna spin the block and shit like that. I just got a homie that just got, I spoke about it on my live stream. My homie got killed and shit. The judge said that them niggas that did that shit, they did that shit to be cool. Like, they wanted a reputation. They wanted a killer's reputation. This has become hip in this day and age where people decide that that's the tag that they want or some shit like that. He said, when did our culture and music go from love and happiness to murder and death? I believe this is the problem. I believe people, artists, are making music for the people. I think artists are making music for the people. Artists are saying to themselves, they gonna like this. You feel me? When they sitting there creating it, they in their mind, they gonna like this. They're trying to create music that people gonna like, the masses is gonna like. And instead of just creating, you feel me? Like, they creating shit with a motive. He said, they know what they doing. That shit don't get them nowhere but a prison or a graveyard. He said, that is the basis of the movie they cloned Tyrone. I tried to watch that shit. I couldn't watch it. That's why I always listen to artists like Wale and J. Cole. They just talk about getting fresh and elevating the black community. Rick Ross, he appeared on my Haitian Jack. He gave me a drop. You know, he called Haitian Jack when I was with him. So he appeared on my Haitian Jack Speaks project. I appreciated that. The shit that he tried to put out on D1 was sucker shit. It was sucker shit, my nigga, Rose. It was pure sucker shit. You tried to get to talking this big boy shit like, you know, you little boy, you got this shit wrapped around your head. All of that sucker shit that you said, what it did was it made us look at the fact that they just dropped a Swamp Stories video about you. Right when you did this shit, the person at Swamp Stories, they said, Rose cooking right now. His name is trending, so I'm gonna drop this shit right now. They dropped the Swamp Stories episode about you getting extorted by the GDs. They showed the niggas' faces and everything. Yeah, they showed the niggas' faces. They told the whole story. Yes, you paid them niggas. Yes, them niggas, yeah. Yes, them niggas twisted your arm until you kicked down and shit. The GDs did that. I believe that the GDs will respect everything that's coming out of D1's mouth. I believe they will. And Rick, I like Rick Ross. I like his music. I always did. I like it. You know what I'm saying? But what he tried to pull was some sucker shit. It just make you say, hold on, fam. You ain't no fucking hustler. You not no drug dealer, none of that shit, man. You stole somebody's story. You stole somebody's identity. You know what I'm saying? Like, at this, I challenge this thing about you pumping birds and, you know, the Port of Miami and all of that shit. That was them other niggas that was on MIAO. That was their story. That's not who you are. D1 is stuck being himself and getting by being himself. And you said some shit like, you're not going viral for your talent, you're going viral for what you said about other niggas. We knew about D1, my nigga. We did. We knew about D1. We did. And you sounded ignorant as fuck. You know what you sounded like? You sounded like Gilly when he was talking about you having them cows on your property. You sound like an ignorant ass nigga. You did. You sound like an ignorant ass nigga. It's time for, when somebody's right, we gotta uphold that shit. D1 was 100% right. You feel me? Meek Mill is creating death music. Meek Mill don't live in the ghetto. He don't. Meek Mill ain't got no fucking ops. Ain't nobody trying to do nothing to that nigga. That nigga ain't never had no feud with nobody where somebody was trying to do something to him or anything like that. What he doing is he's creating an environment with his mouth that's toxic. It's toxic, and it won't allow us to birth this nation of lawyers, inventors, doctors, and shit like that. He trying to send motherfuckers to the cemetery. You know what I'm saying? Somebody should be confronted. See, I'm from Pennsylvania, right? I'm from Pennsylvania, and I don't know Meek Mill personally. I seen him before. I don't know him personally, but I know that he had zero reputation. He has zero reputation, meaning he not a thug, he not a fucking drug dealer, he not no hustler, he wasn't bagging no bitches, he wasn't no fly nigga, none of that shit. You feel me? We watched all of this shit happen for him in front of us. We can't allow him in his costume, same with Rose, with a costume on, to try to create a narrative of destruction. Fuck that. Fuck that. He said, speaking violence into existence. And these niggas don't live in the metropolis and shit like that. These niggas live in gated communities and shit. Went under Charlie Mack and them, then he moved to Tiffy Bay and them. Sound like a sucker to me and shit. He said it's basically a reality show. Yeah, it is. It is. But we have the option about what we decide to accept, you know what I'm saying, and what we want to reject. Nobody should stand with them niggas because what D1 said was correct. He said, you confusing me. 1 minute you're for prison reform. You made sneakers to have reform on them. And the next minute you talking about death and killing people. You confusing us. You confusing us. He should be held accountable for that shit. Why are you making this music, fam? Why are you making this music? I'm tired of millionaires thinking they can speak for black Americans. Nah, man. That's a flaw. That's something that's really bad. We shouldn't look to athletes or entertainers for leadership. For real. How a grown man confused by what other dudes do. You need to go and retype that, fam. Peep who Meek's lawyer was who got him out. Man, 1 minute, you bunny hopping. 1 minute you bunny hopping. The next minute, you somewhere with them blades and shit hugging on you and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And then you come out with this killer music and shit. You don't be carrying yourself as no killer when you around them blades. He don't. You be sitting there. This is what that's what he looked like when he around them blades and shit. Come back around us menacing and talking killer shit. That's not right. That's not right. It ain't. Meek and that white dude Ruben that owns the Sixers have something truly going on. And so does James Harden and Baby. Oh, I believe that. Great comment. Trey Buck said he's influenced by Chicago dudes who came after him. I believe that 100%. I believe that. I kind of seen it for myself. He did hop on Dirk and them dick. He did. And he was a star. Excuse me. He was a star before them. Start hanging with him, you know. And he's thinking that shit is thorough or something like that. The culture has to make having class and being highly educated more respectful and appealing than being street and hood. Oh, we doing that. It's a video on my page, on my Instagram page. Follow me at I am Gully TV _. And it speaks about how all the real niggas be dumb as fuck. They do. Just think about it. When he was talking about real niggas, he was talking about, you know, like gangsters and niggas that's dangerous and shit like that. Just think about it. Them niggas is dumb as fuck. Just think about the tough nigga that you grew up with. Hey, yo! Think about the tough niggas that we grew up with. They wasn't tutoring nobody. They wasn't fucking tutors. That's it. As a matter of fact, a lot of them wild, retarded niggas was in special class and shit. SED, socially and emotionally disturbed. That means you can't be around other people and shit without harming them and shit. You know what I'm saying? I've spoken about guys like this. Mano one of them SED niggas. He is socially and emotionally disturbed. You're never gonna hear a person call one of these tough, wild gangster niggas intelligent. Never. Because if they were intelligent or gifted, they will put the emphasis on that instead of trying to beat everybody the fuck up and shit like that. When you display those types of traits, you letting everybody know that you don't got no social skills. That's why they call them socially and emotionally disturbed. Word. He said, I seen that coming. Niggas that's violent, niggas that brag about being in jail, brag about how much time they did in the box. Who brags about being locked in a fucking room forever and shit? You know what I'm saying? These are signs of retardation and shit. Niggas that keep talking about prison and death, retardation. Retardation. Gully, did you see Mano's new interview? He called himself Tupac. Y'all late to that. He been on that. He used to wear the black bandana around his head. That shit ain't gonna work out for him. It never did. It's something that's going on in his mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, Tupac was a revolutionary, Mano. Tupac, he started acting a fool later on, but Tupac was breathing life into people and shit. You ain't did that. You ain't did nothing but been a hoodlum, my nigga. So... we not going to talk about Maine no more. We off Maine. D1, we support you. We support D1 100% because the children are the future, right? This is the only time that I'm going to reference this. The children are the future. They imitate what the fuck they see. I know y'all seen that video of them little girls talking about we outside shaking their little asses for all the pedophiles to see online. I know y'all seen that video, right? Just as sure as they're influenced to twerk by women, young niggas hear that deaf music and start living it out. And I think back to the music that I listened to growing up, right? It was some dandies. Spice One, Sibo, Tupac. It was some niggas that was a part of the noise. But I don't remember them niggas telling a motherfucker to kill anybody. Or I never felt like I wanted to go kill anybody after listening to them. Like, listening to Spice One and Sibo, they rapped in like stories. You feel me? MC8, straight up menace. They rapped about, it was like a stories. One time's trying to do the creep, and on top of that, niggas after me for fucking one of their hood rats. I never wanted to go out and break the law after listening to them dudes. They were more so like storytellers and shit like that. You feel me? They were rapping in third person, like even Scarface, Jesse James, and you know the shit that he brought to the table. He often was rapping in third person and shit. You feel me? Rapping about cooking this shit up in his mind of a lunatic, mind playing tricks on me. Scarface was a mental case, so he was often rapping about shit that was going on in his life, putting it into story forms. Whereas these niggas talking about, we just killed such and such. We gonna kill his mama. We gonna split in the block and do this and this and that. This shit has to stop. It has to stop. He said the trigger got no heart. I didn't take those songs as how to do manuals and shit. I didn't. I took it as entertainment, and they were great storytellers and shit. Nas and AZ made me want to get fresh and holla at the honeys. Right. But listen, Scarface was revolutionary often. Scarface spoke about a lot of prolific shit. He did. The song Hand of the Dead Body by by Ice Cube and Scarface. They rap about what's going on and how America tried to blame them in their music for crimes that's going on in America and shit. Chirac been that way since the 80s. Shout out to Benny Franks at 704. Eastside D's. I said your name and ain't met you, G. I'm in tune. I'm listening. Great music coming out of the shot. I'm about to flood this shit. Whatever he give me, I'm going to give y'all. The shooter from Trigger Got No Heart dies at the end. It's a warning. This is what I'm trying to tell him. My nigga died with the face of a desperate man. He's telling the stories. Smelling stale, fresh out the county jail. Coppers gave me hell in the cell, but now it's more money to make, man. Yo, y'all had me listening to Spice. That was one of the highlights of my career, by the way. I met Spice One when I was with Yuck Mouth. Spice, that nigga. He said, Sibo invented drill music. No, he didn't. Rakim, Mos Def, Killer Priest, Prodigy, solidified the supreme knowledge, rap infused with self-determination, had us all living different. That was a great comparison right there. It's been wild in hip-hop for a while, honestly. We gotta police this shit. For real. He said Blade, Icewood, made drill. Blade and them niggas was dancing. He says Sibo one of them ones, though. I think about Sibo, and I think about how much of a big fan I am of him. And I take it as Sibo's music being Crip raps from a Crip. That's what I got out of his music and shit. Subscribe to the channel. I appreciate y'all for coming through. We supporting D1 100%. If you can't write a rhyme without killing a motherfucker by the end of the song, go back to the drawing board, man. We don't want that shit no more. He said, Brother Lynch, them niggas, he couldn't exist. Brother Lynch was an isolated incident. He was like a one of one. That's what Sibo was, Crip raps. Eastside Gate, shalom to you too. What cities is in here this evening? Make sure y'all go check out Bawldini. Y'all know he keep me laced. I appreciate him out there in Jersey, man, pushing that fashion. East rappers rap about how nice they rap. That's almost a prerequisite to get on Gully TV. Y'all didn't know that. I ain't had a motherfucker here who can't rap. I ain't had a motherfucker on this platform who can't rap. Straight up. Everybody was nice. Everybody was nice. Tampa, Norfolk, DC, Binghamton, Be More Careful, St. Louis, Charlotte, BX, Buffalo, Trenton, what up? Shout out to the brothers in the barbershop over there in Trenton. East Orange to Brooklyn, St. Louis, peace. My man said, why the dirty boy, I ain't gonna say his name, reaching out for a fight? He's retarded. I just told you some of these niggas is retarded. Didn't you see that nigga pull out a pistol on here? In the video about me? Nigga pulled out a pistol. Took it down. Man, motherfuckers got that shit. Once you put it online, motherfuckers got that shit. These are motherfuckers who's retarded. He's my bit, though. That's my bit. He remind me of this guy named John Baker I was in the county with a long time ago. We was in a hole. We was young niggas, man. We needed some shit to do, man. We found this older dude named John Baker and shit, man. You know, he had some mental shit going on with him. We shouldn't have been doing it, but we used to do shit to rattle his cage and make him just go bug out. He just would bug out in his cell, like just go ballistic. You know what I'm saying? And we thought that shit was funny as hell. So that's what I be doing to do. Be putting that nigga on boiling point. This motherfucker be taking off his shirt. Yo, boiling point, man. He said, people do anything for $1 nowadays. Anything for $1 ain't good and shit. I used to live by those types of ridiculous mottos and shit. I'd do anything for some paper. Don't trust niggas to say shit like that. Stay away from them. You hear me? Niggas that's always my money, my money, my money, my money, my money. Keep them niggas away from you and shit. You be alright. It's more to life. He said the new Jeezy is dumpster juice. I ain't even listened to it. These niggas be thinking they can drop albums without coming to the media outlets, announcing themselves. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. Jeezy cooked. I hope he ain't talking about cocaine. He cooked. East 7 Mile Ida Drive. That's Detroit. What up? Oh, we had this discussion on my page. Lloyd Banks is selling his next project for $100. Who in here gonna buy the album from Lloyd Banks for $100? Who in here paying $100 for some Lloyd Banks? They tried to act like I was hating. I'm a music consumer. And I'm a critic. I have a voice. My nigga, $100, it's too much free dope out here. It's too much free dope out here, number one. And after the free dope, that's the niggas that's on the rise and shit. The niggas that's on Instagram spitting and shit like that. You know, like Brillo and all these. You know what I'm saying? And then you just go up and up and up. You know what I mean? All this free dope in the streets. Man, ain't nobody giving you no $100, nigga. This is crazy. $100? My nigga, ain't nobody giving you $100. This nigga want more for his mixtape than a ticket to a show. If the mixtape $100, what the show cost, my nigga? He said, support the culture. I support dope. I support dope. I listened to the Halloween joint. It was dope. It was free dope. It was okay. You know what I'm saying? It's not nothing that's gonna go in a rotation and shit. It's not. It's not gonna go into the rotation. And this $100 project that he trying to sell, I'm not dissing. I'm not. Did you see that freestyle I posted from Shyheim to Prince? He spit that shit a couple of years ago on Team Backpack for free. He spit that shit for free. Ain't nobody giving you no $100, man. It's all kind of free dope out here. Then you got nicks. You know what I'm saying? Then you got nicks and dimes and shit, man. Ain't nobody 100, man. You bugging. They want $1 for Air Force One's whites now. Clean dollar. He said $100 worked for Nipsey. It worked for whoever did it first, and it might have been some type of... What are we gonna get from Lloyd Banks for the 100? Just tell me. Have y'all been listening to Benny Franks? I've been uploading Benny Franks. Y'all been listening to that? How you gonna sell something for 100 with shit like that floating around out here? I'm serious. Hush Kingpin, the Mussolini. This niggas just dropping dope out here, man. The opioid era. Like, how are you gonna get it out for $1, my nigga? Niggas out here got nicks. I'm telling you. Pillmatic 2 on the way. We got nicks. Rome streets, yeah. Your lives are always fire. Check back in next time. I appreciate you. Go to my website, therealdribble.com, man. Get right. 38 Special, Great God, Jamal Gasol. You got niggas that's boogieing out here. Zip with the drip. It's niggas that's out here spitting. Fuego. I'm telling you. Green Double. Did you see Simba? Simba, he one of the new killers out here on the loose. You can't play the back on your career, then come back and demand. Nah, man. He got to give us something with that, man. Like if he was selling a mixtape and you get an unreleased video or something like that. I mean, something, a t-shirt. I mean, make it make sense, please. He says Simba trash to me. It's up to your palate. I'm not here to change you. I'm just telling you who I think is dope. Benny the Butcher and Lil Wayne. Oh my. I'm not a Lil Wayne fan. Y'all know I don't fuck with Weezy all like that. He gave Benny one. Wayne understood the assignment. He knew exactly who Benny was and what this opportunity meant. He took the opportunity. He personalized that. He did. Siberian Big Dog Flow, you crazy. He said, I'm not a fan of Weezy. He said, Wayne versus Lazy, I gotta listen again. He been playing the back for years and not doing what it takes. Let's wake up. He wasn't with 50. Would he be comfortable asking for 100? He should have asked for the 100 when he was with 50 Cent. He might have some songs with 50 and shit. He said at least a mixtape and tickets for a show or something. I'm just saying I wouldn't. It's a lot of good dope out here. Good luck with that, though. Good luck with that. A lot of them is not hustlers. It's all about the hustle and how you package it. You could be selling the same thing, but if you're not a hustler and don't know how to market it, you ain't gonna get it. He said, don't nobody want to hear Fifth. The world is a big place. The world is a big place. He might do his numbers overseas and shit. It's a big place. He's famous. He's Lloyd Banks. But I'm just saying. That's it. That's it with that. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell so you get the notifications. I appreciate y'all for coming through. He said we need a female rapper to come out. We got female rappers on Pillmatic too. Get ready. They killers. They is. Oh, D1, he's from New Orleans. He's a school teacher. He does public speaking. He's multifaceted like a motherfucker. If they ever pick someone that they wanted to try to downplay, they picked the wrong person. He's highly decorated. Been doing social work, you know what I'm saying? Been out here standing by, like he said, he gave away Meek Mill sneakers, and he supported, you know, the prison reform situation. But me, myself, I tried to make a reel with that Kobe and Shaq song. You can't, not unless you a gun clapper, you can't use that song all like that, man. I tried it because Meek was killing that shit, but it's all murder, 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 and all of that. D1, the light-skinned cat with the dreads, yes. He said, how you trying to shit on an educated school teacher that works with kids and prisoners? Exactly. Thanks again for the New York Giants knit. I appreciate you guys, son. I appreciate your super chat. We hip-hopping right now. Great God, Shaq and Kobe freestyle was fire. A lot of people use that track crazy. A lot of dudes ain't feeling Banks. D1 ain't perfect. They keep giving us the same music. He said D1 been around since the mid-2000s. I've been knew about him a long time ago in the MySpace era. He was lit. He was. I spoke. That's the title of this live stream. Ralo is home from prison. He did 6 years. And there's a recording of him speaking to his homeboy, and he asking him about certain things that Ralo did while he was in jail. And y'all remember the quote? You know I had to make it juicy for him. Y'all remember that? He's home now. Can he have a rap career from here on out? Can he get back to rapping? I like 42 Doug. Can he get back to rapping? He said maybe. He wasn't hot before he went in. People keep listening to the same music. We are the culture. We create the culture. If you want different, listen different. They are watching the algorithms. Ralo raps are trash. Website, therealdribble.com. Get over there and get knitted up. I got like 120 styles. I wasn't a Ralo fan. I wasn't. A lot of these guys, I started getting hip to them when they was getting in trouble. With the exception of Lucci and Young Thug. I ain't know none of these niggas. I just heard their names and shit, but I ain't know about... They all look the same. I know they had a lot of jewelry on and fucking expensive cars and shit, but... That seems to be something that Is niggas has it been situations with have niggas bought they way into the music game? Have garbage niggas bought their way into a fan base? Sean Summers, thank you. People gotta stop saying the culture without specifically saying what culture they talking about. Speaking of hip hop here, he said Ralo going right back to Black Couch to help the police make another tight case against him. Hellcat Killer. Go to the website and get you one. It's 1212 Skinny Red. He said, any new fruits or food recommend? Shit getting expensive, ain't it? Jackfruit, dragon fruit, international fruits. That's what we on. They only exposed us to the basic, you know, the basic shit in America. Apples, oranges, pears. It's way more extreme than that. We'd be missing out. People seem to think that Young Thug is gonna spank his case. What y'all think about that? I have to discuss this. I got a text about this. I seen the judge being very, very irritated about the prosecution keep calling all these fucking witnesses and shit like that. He said he might. He said jackfruit is the fruit version to soursop. What it would do? Make your dick hard. He said only if he get pardoned by a president. Yeah, that murder case would not. It's gonna be hard to make that go away. He said it's possible. I don't think so. He said he gonna lose that case due to snitching. He doing at least 10 behind that. The prosecution been actively withholding evidence that could help Thug's case. The DA holding evidence. This is what I was trying to relay to y'all. It didn't look like I mean, they didn't go into the murder situation yet, but it didn't look like they had no stranglehold on him as of yet. Just a bunch of niggas telling on him. He said, you see Big U taking up for Ghana? I don't keep track of Big U's activities, pimp. He said, they just got done picking the jurors. What does ATL think about Ralo coming home? I seen the videos. They welcomed him home like a star. Ross makes good music. That's why he gets a pass. After listening to the shit Meek Mill said on that fucking track, I can't even remember what Ross said and shit. Meek really, really blanketed him on that joint. I think Meek was Shaq on that joint. He said, yeah, that was crazy, Big U. Definitely riding. Fort Worth, what's up? They drop rose petals for Ralo like, if you want to be a rapper, pay attention to who is around because they coming. Snitching is okay in Atlanta. Oh, I got to discuss this before I get off of here. I'm glad you said that. This situation with Pimp C is getting bigger It's getting bigger. It's getting louder. It's getting more publicity, more coverage. And, you know, the word is getting around and shit. According to what I'm hearing and shit, the guy who put something in his drink, he's deceased too already, but Pimp C got a Mickey joint. Ralo already talking crazy. I see him talking slick about Yo Gotti. He said, it seemed like all the rats is in the South, Gully. What you think about that? Rats is everywhere. They just getting a lot of airplay. You know what it is in D.C. I know y'all see the knittage in the streets. Whatever city y'all from, I know y'all see the knittages in the streets. I did that. I appreciate the support. I do. I do. Speaking of Ross, I just bought this joint because I like Ross music, you know, liking, whatever, but they can't be pushing that murder shit like that, like, especially if you profess to support prison reform and shit. But yeah, I got Rose. I got the Mac Miller most dope joint. And then I got the psychology book. I was surprised and very shocked that this was in the psychology section. The young boy Tanner from Baltimore, he was so violent that they want to study his fucking mind and shit. They've written books about him and shit. So I wasn't interested in the story because I already knew the story from Crown Court TV. It's the regular murder shit, but they trying to go into the circumstances that would create somebody like him. I interviewed Shannon Holmes, and he said that he never seen real poverty. He's from New York. He's from New York City. He said he never seen real poverty till he went to Baltimore. I just bought Mark Curry book. Buy my joint. You can go get it from Amazon, or you can get it from my website, the autograph joints. I'm about to write another book soon and shit. Spend a little time at Barnes & Noble. He said, what happened to Crown Court TV? I believe Crown Court TV was threatened. I believe somebody threatened him, man. I don't know. Shout out to B More. Shout out to the Penthouse. Make sure y'all slide through there and shit, man. One of the first, it's the first black-owned dispensary in Baltimore and shit. Go through there and fuck with them. They good people. Tell them I sent you. Penthouse. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you get the notifications. Ralo is home after saying I had to make it juicy for him. The video of that dude, his homie that he was talking to, it's on his channel and shit. I wonder what type of relationship or what they gonna go through now that he's home. He said Ohio just became weed is legal in Ohio and shit. That's good. Now y'all can stop giving motherfuckers from Pennsylvania them petty ass fines coming through there and shit. He said D1 is Mac from No Limits, little brother. I didn't know that. I appreciate y'all for coming through, man. Y'all follow me on Twitter at Gully TV1. I'm about to slide. Follow me on IG at I am Gully TV _ and go to my website and get right. TheRealDribble.com. Bawldini. I appreciate you. Shout out to New Jersey. Y'all make sure y'all go support Bawldini. I'm going to have all of his information in the description. I'm about to get up out of here, though, man. Y'all have a wonderful evening. Peace.